Hey guys. So today for my TED Talk, what I'm going to be discussing is the world of Buddhism through the eyes of a man known as Haicho, who took a pilgrimage across many parts of Asia, and it lasted 3 years. And essentially, he took a pilgrimage to develop and learn as much as he could about the world of Buddhism. He was a young man who was already very well founded in the religion. However, as many others did in the time, he decided to go on this pilgrimage to learn about the world and about himself. So, what I'm going to discuss is how his journey affected the rest of the world. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that in this situation, my interpretation is that simply the journey is more metaphorical than actual physical journey. Yes, he did go on this journey. Yes, he was present in all these places. But through the text, I learned about the concept of Buddhism, the different teachings, the different styles of teaching, the different schools, the different countries' interpretations, things of that nature. Now, his journey was very short, I would say. 3 years in the journey of a pilgrim is not very long. Granted, that in the time, travel by sea, which is how he traveled around, was very slow, and it did take him, quite a bit of time to get around. But as I said, I think generally speaking, his journey was more metaphorical because he was able to kind of um, pick up as he went along. He did not spend enough time in each place to learn the language, but he was able to still kind of communicate with the local people by using, non-traditional methods, spiritual methods, being able to connect with those who had the same beliefs and feelings as him. Um, Now, having said this, I think he was able to create a somewhat slightly wider presence of Buddhism. His journey paralleled that of the Buddha himself. We learn much about the religion and the beliefs through his journey, and we come to discover and understand many of the things that he found himself. The specifics to the Dharma, which is the teachings, and other things of that nature. They really kind of took that concept and really helped you to kind of understand in many ways how he was able to achieve his goals and travel and do the things that he did. Now, having said that, um, I think it's also important to understand that the religion as a whole, being that there are so many different ways to study, so many different areas of the world to practice this religion, um, that he really understood, as well as the Buddha did, that there really never is an end to the journey. I think that's the key concept to take away here. While this was a journey, no doubt, it was a journey that never really has an end because one of the core principles that I've found while studying Buddhism several years ago is that the more you think you know, the less you actually do. And I think this is one of the most important concepts that I learned from the book that I read about him and Buddhism in general, and in the other readings that I've found as well while researching for this project, is that the more you study, the more you understand, the more you grasp certain principles and concepts, the more you realize that you really don't understand anything at all. And I think that, to me, that is very refreshing. I find that to be something that it very much makes a lot of sense to me. And frankly, if I knew all the answers, it wouldn't. I don't think I would be as intrigued as I still am. It's something that still, kind of pulls at me, and it makes me realize that I don't have all the answers. And through the journey and the teachings that I've read about through him and through the other readings, I've found that just as a whole, the religion, well, if you want to call it a religion, I don't necessarily feel that it's religion as much as it is just spirituality. I find that it both answers and raises questions. And I think this is okay. I think this is something that is normal. I think this is something that's going to be, present in all spiritual foundations of life. And I think this is something that I'm going to pursue for a long time because I found a lot of meaning in it. And I think it's really great. I hope some of you are able to check this out if you're interested, and hopefully find, some answers yourself. Thank you so much for watching.